Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Apex Racing TV and the 2018 BSR MX5 Series. We're at Phoenix Road course, the old classic bumpy circuit before the repave. And yeah, I have to say, me and Woody, we were talking off air. It brings back some memories of good old days when we were in the Class B NASCAR. But having a look at the practice and the qualifying out there, Andrew. Welcome, by the way. I think we're going to have quite a good race today. It's a fun little circuit, the road circuit here at Phoenix, and yeah, they've carried on with their tradition from the Winter Series of picking out these rather obscure tracks, but actually I think are going to quite work well in this MX5.
Yeah, good evening, Alex. Good evening, everybody. I think you're right. I think it's going to be. I think it's fun when the race organisers do these kind of things and switch up the track orders from all the established ones that we're used to seeing. You know, we've all been to Silverstone, we've all been to these places, but not as we know them. And yeah, this should be quite good. Phoenix International Road Course. It's got quite a large infield section, and then a good 2/3 of the oval course as well. So yeah, I'm thinking some slipstreaming, and I'm thinking it's going to be quite technical in the middle.
Yeah, reasonable turnout for this one as well. The grid just scrolling through the screen at the moment as well. So 42 cars. 80 King is the person at the very, very back. McIntyre with pole. Jamie Ayres, Vlad's in third. You've got Gore fourth. Nice to see Gore back on there. Hefford, reigning champion in Smith. Clark and nice seventh and eighth. Skip Stevens is ninth and Gall is 10th. Right, I'm going to skip through the rest of them because the cars are about to get ready for the start.
Just to point out, it looks like a few newcomers out there as well, or at least ones that are new to me. Cedric Nebelsiek, Maxime Brisebois, Daniel Bartlett, I don't remember seeing him, Chris Sawyer, David Howell. Yeah, and so good luck to all the drivers if you're new to the series. It was good to see.
Yeah, nice to see a few new faces. That's what we want. Keep getting new people into the BSR leagues. Right. Revs are building then for the first round of the BSR MX5 Series, and we are away here at Phoenix. What a great start by the front two. They're going to slip in, make sure that into single file and no issues from behind. So Momo 1-2 as they go into turn one. Just a little look further behind. Are you seeing anything, Andrew? Any crashes or anything like that? It looks clean so far.
I'm just keeping an eye on the back of the field, just in case. And but he's been very well behaved. 3 wide in the middle. Or somebody's gone off.
I'm hearing something. Someone's around.
Yeah,
everyone's scattering.
Daniel Bartlett's around. I think he was turned possibly, and he's been hit by a couple of drivers out there. So
I definitely heard an initial contact. I think the same thing that you heard, and then everyone else just started to cycle around.
Quite big impact actually with Benjamin Mears, I think it was, who we collided with. Broken suspension, I think, for Mears, so I think that's him done.
Yeah, Craig Jones also retiring back to the pits.
Massive slam on the inside wall. He was like going past the section with the wall next door to it, and he just got 2 cars met, and there wasn't enough space, and the wall claimed Mears.
Is this Adam Hedgecock having a little look at the moment? I think that's Chris Sawyer. He's just no, that was Giles. He's just gone past. Sorry, Sawyer as well. So field is trying to sort itself out right now. Kip Stevens sliding down the order. That was some thing on the last lap, I think, as well. He had to retire back to the pits too.
I think him and Van Gool have crashed.
Yeah, one of those cases where they jump back to the pits. What's going on towards the front? Smith, our reigning champion, tucked up behind Vlad. We've got Gore just behind him as well. So good to see, like I say, really good to see Richard back and doing some racing. Won't be doing the BSR TC this year, giving it a miss.
Big commitment though. You know, to do the whole 30-odd rounds, 100 and odd races. Pretty tough out there. Cedric Nebelsiek and Adam Broughton Grant. Oh, and Broughton Grant goes onto the grass.
Side by side for third place. As oh, very, very close. Smith really just sort of pushing his way in. Vlad had to get out of that somewhat. Now Gore goes on the offensive here through the back half of the circuit. I don't really know the layout of the circuit at all, and unfortunately the mini map that we usually preview is not working because we don't do many of the sort of the roval circuits on the overlay apart from the key ones. So yeah, nice to throw in a different one.
It's good to see some new ones, and I hope with a lot of the oval courses that are being brought onto iRacing, there's still some shorter tracks, aren't there, and things like that. I'm hoping we can get more of them onto the calendars in the future, because I do enjoy that style of racing usually. If the only maybe the slight problem I'd have with this Phoenix one is maybe there's too long of a section, too long of a acceleration section basically. So it goes all the way from exit of, well, pretty much where the dog leg is to NASCAR turn 1 pretty much and flat out. So quite a long stint for these guys on the throttle.
Yeah, so far we haven't sort of seen them be able to make easy overtakes there, and that's what we always, that's our little pet peeve, I think, isn't it? With the MX5s, we hate it when they can just slipstream past all the time. To keep with and keep the battles alive, that's ideal, but just make it difficult to get by. And I think this is why these little circuits, we tend to see 3 or 4 really good races on the bounce, because
I think it's been brilliant recently.
Oh, I just turned away just as they were flicked away, as there was a move going in. I'm not sure where it was.
There were 4 or 5 of them going in together, weren't there?
Yeah, or diving in. Apologies, I've moved away.
I think it might have been Craig Evans getting past Brisebois, maybe, and Broughton Grant. I'm not sure whether it was both of them, but Craig Evans moving up the order. Phoenix International, of course. NASCAR runs here, and it's quite a good. We've enjoyed the circuit in the past, mate, when we've done oval racing. Somebody slow there, Automatic car, Lon Murray.
I'm not sure what that was about. I'm just trying to find them, actually.
Yeah. That was close. He's very slow, is Murray. I don't know what's happened to him.
Yeah.
He's struggling out there, man.
Wonder if it was a slowdown or something. It seems to be picking it back up to see how he comes out of the corner. Yeah, it seems to be back up to pace now, so can only assume it was a slowdown. No, he seems to be still losing in the straight, so I can't see any physical damage, though, that's going to be causing that.
No. It's a bit surprising. A bit surprising. I will apologise in advance to the viewers. I'm not running trading pains tonight because I haven't sorted it out yet. Had some technical issues over the past couple of weeks and quite got everything right where I want it to be. So if I do get your team wrong or anything like that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and if you haven't realised as well, he's not feeling 100% as well. So big shout out and thanks to him for jumping into the booth with us as well.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of voice left, but we'll try and give as much as we can. It was quite a blessing in disguise that I only did the second half of the Ritmatech Sports Car Series last night. For those who don't know, the American clocks changed, and we all got caught on the hop a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, it was just fortunate that Adam was still sort of online after we set him up to do some broadcasting. He spotted that they were going to the grid, so we scrambled to get on.
I was having my beauty sleep, as I often do before the meeting. I usually try and get a couple of hours in to make sure I'm awake for the duration of the broadcast, and of course I was only needed for about half an hour. It was a good race, though, definitely. Alex missed the best bit.
Yeah, as always, there's a good battle going on around about 27th place. John Roberts, Kevin Woods, Peter Van Gore, Rafe Cullinan, all sort of mixed in here right now. They were...
Broughton Grant, big off. Oh, Murray's in the wall now.
Were they together? Was that...
No, it's separate ones.
Let's have a look at Murray's then on replay.
You'll see Broughton Grant in the background.
Yeah, Adam's one not that bad in the end. Let's see what happened to Murray. He just lost the back end, didn't he, Murray? Like you say, no one hit him, and you're right. You saw Adams one there in the background. Just they were racing really hard and just took a little bit too much speed into the first corner.
Unfortunately, he was in about 12th place was Lord Murray, and he had to wait for everybody to come through because of where he was parked. You know, he had to wait there, warming him, getting up close and personal with Mears. They're not even on the same lap, and they're nearly crashing into each other.
Still Roberts and Rafe very close. Roberts trying to go around the outside of the oval section. Never going to be easy. It's like trying to run around the outside of someone on a running track. You've got to go that extra distance.
No staggered start for these guys.
Yeah, gets a good little slingshot in and just slides the car up the inside. Nothing wrong with that. Totally legit move. And yeah, Rafe had an opportunity to close that down if he wanted to. Left the door open, and Robert said, "Well, thank you very much."
It wasn't bad at all, was it? It was just a nice little nudge, really.
It was, yeah.
Crazy. It was just,
and it was door to door as well. Not you know, there's no sort of quarter panel involved or anything like that.
I don't think Rafe will be too aggrieved about that. He's got Kevin Woods now behind him, car 43. That's 26th now.
Watching Peter Van Gool go for a move up the inside, much tighter line, and that is Lane on the outside, trying to carry the momentum.
I don't know if you did hear me earlier on or not, but Van Gool did have a spin on the first lap. I don't know if you did see it, but
no, we missed the one.
He was off and he moved down and he dropped way down the order to about 30th, and just a recovery drive now for Van Gool. He'll be hoping for reverse grid to come in for him quite handily.
Yeah, and he's still 13 places down for the race. So, yeah, it's not too bad. He's getting back there. Sometimes it's better that it happens in lap 1, isn't it, rather than lap sort of 4 when the spread's a little bit worse.
Oh yeah, no question. That infield's got a bit of a hint of Sebring about it, hasn't it? A bit of Sebring, maybe a bit of Sonoma, that kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
At least.
Yeah, kind of, with the curbs like they are and that.
Yeah, a lot of runoff in places, and then somewhere there's none. So it's tricky for the drivers. I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to is when we go on Apex Racing TV, the next V8 Supercar round that we've got, which is going to be at Long Beach.
Yeah, that will be good. A very, very interesting sort of a broadcast there with it being on a tech track.
Big mistake by Smith, and Vlad up the inside. Let's go left here. It's fast part of the back section of the track, and then a hairpin. Yeah, and there's no grip on the outside for Vlad. He's got to surrender the place, but Smith made a right pig's ear of the slow corner at the start of the in the middle of the infield.
Just did enough, really, didn't he, to hold on. I mean, McIntyre and Ayres, we haven't really shown them too much. Of course, the teammates out there, they're not really attacking each other at the minute, just sort of scampering away. I wonder if now we're only, 4 laps to go, will Ayres start to maybe look and see if he can put a clean move on his teammate, that now that Smith made that mistake as well, and they broke away quite a bit that last lap. So
different lines by the two of them into that tightening turn 1. That's so often a typical corner for the oval, for the Roval courses, isn't it, Alex? That sort of quick entry and the tightening corner. We see it at Daytona, we see it at Charlotte, we see it at a couple of other places as well.
Yeah, always, it's just the natural corner, isn't it? You get on a,
you have
on a
to,
Roval.
usually, don't you? You have to go inside the track, unless you're New Hampshire, in which case you don't need to bother with the inside of the track very much. I will say I'm impressed with McIntyre, because I know he won the title a couple of seasons ago, but I've not seen that pace from him like he had in qualifying, maybe ever, and it was very strong indeed.
Yeah, having to go defensive now. Jamie is having a little look.
He's out of control. McIntyre. It's turned into a good line, that, for him, hasn't it? Gained a quarter of a second.
That'll work. So it is. Michael Barry dropping down the order. He's one that's had to retire as well. Maxim as well, having some issues, but I think that's just connection. It's very close around McNally as well. If you have a little look here, just got Cedric ahead of him, and then McCarran behind. Dan Blake not too far behind that.
He's putting the pressure on this McNally, isn't he? Started a row in front of Cedric on the grid. Now finds himself one position behind, but you can see the pressure he's putting on, and looking to be well in control of that MX5 at the moment. Good to see Dan Blake in there. He's racing, I believe he's racing an actual MX5 this year. He used to be a Hyundai Cup driver. And, I believe now going into the Mazdas, so good luck to Dan and getting some good practice in for that. No better practice than that, really. I mean, this car was developed by real life MX5 Cup drivers, wasn't it? So they know exactly what it's like, and apparently, according to the pros, it's one of the closest cars to the real thing you've got on the whole sim.
Yeah, they worked hard on that, didn't they? And they had some good support. And I know Mazda were quite keen to make sure it was authentic as possible as well. So give them absolutely every last bit of data that they needed.
It drives great, though. I mean, that's one thing everybody's in. Oh, Blake's lost it. I was just giving him the big up, and he goes and spun off on the inside of which corner is that? I'm sorry, I'm so hopeless with the layout. What is? It's that middle corner. It's where Smith had his issues as well. So
yeah,
you want to...
Talking of Smith as well, he's side by side with Gore right now. Gore trying to go around the outside. Maybe it's go time for Gore. Oh, there's a bit of contact. We're on to the final lap of the race.
And again, just a little nudge. We know how good Smith is, though, from last season, don't we? And because he won the title, the Winter Series. Very strong out there. Having to defend from Gore, but yeah, McIntyre and Ayres then, Alex, and not long to go for them.
Where are they? Half a second there, obviously settled down now. That's going to be it, I think, for them.
Final corner, I believe.
Here we go. Across the line then. McIntyre takes victory here on the first round of the series, closely followed by his teammate Smith. Oh, he's just about going to hold on to that. That was close from Gore, but yeah, Smith with the final podium spot. Richard Gore and Vlad, Teddy, Max Wright, got Adam, Cedric, Nick McCarran. All coming across. What else? I'm trying to have a look, see if there's any other close battles. This one looks good. Gafenku, pretty close. 3/10. Is he going to get a run? Nope. Closes down to 2/10. Van Gaal as well on his teammate.
Oh,
that's close. That's like literally nip and tuck across the line.
That was just Van Gaal.
Got it down to 11 places lost after that spin, so not a bad little recovery drive.
And then his teammate just behind him, Gareth Hicklin, 17 positions gained, so impressive stuff. 42 cars practiced for this one, 39 of them qualified, 40 of them started, and only one retirement, only one non-starter. That was Craig Jones, I believe. And then maybe his race was just a non-starter. It looks like actually he did start and he retired on the first lap. Yeah, so not that many retirements, just, 10. 10 out of 40. It's not the worst.
We've seen a lot worse than that, haven't we?
Oh, we will later on maybe as well.
Yeah, no doubt indeed. Right. Let's take you through the final standings. Everyone has finished and crossed the line. And then we'll get that wheel spun and get ready for race number 2. Those that haven't watched the series before, we of course do have multiple rounds and a reverse grid that creates the the pecking order for next race. So Jack McIntyre from Jamie Ayres and Noir Smith, Richard Gore, Vlad Sankowski, Teddy Clark, Max Wright, Adam McNally, Cedric, Nick McCarron. I'm not going to butcher that because I would. Maxine, Little Joe gets his place in 12th. Adam Broughton Grant,
McDonald, isn't it? That
yeah. Dan Blake, Adam Hedgecock, Andrew Whitehead in 16th. Craig Cloud Evans, Richard Gafenku, Roy Vaverke, Thorstein Helgeson is in 20th. Peter Van Gaal came home in 21st. Gareth Hicklin, Taylor Lane, Rob Graham. 25th place was Rafe Cullinan. Lord Murray after his issues in 26th. Richard Warmingham 27th. Greg Giles in 28th. John Roberts 29th in the end, 59 seconds behind the leader. I thought it was a bit higher than that earlier on. 30th place was David Ayres. Alex Journey had some issues, one lap down in 31st, but still able to get the reverse grid if it lands on him. Benjamin Mias in 32nd. Steve Hefford, issues for him as well. 2 laps down, unfortunately, in 33rd. Michael Barry, Kevin Woods, Daniel Bartlett, Chris Sawyer, Kip Stevens in 38th, and I missed that because it's flipped over on my screen. 41st, we've got, and retired was Scott Malcolm and AD King, 42nd.
You've got Trees Nice 39th, Craig Jones 40th is what we got. I think I found out who David Howell is then. Lord David Howell is Mr. Helgeson, isn't it?
Ah, there we go.
I don't, the trolling level has reached its peak, I think, on that one. But yeah, I don't know what that's about. But yeah, Thorstein Helgeson then, instead of David Howell. Then.
Right, let's get the wheel up then, give it a spin, and see who is going to get that pole position. Looks like it's going to be a... Oh, no, it's not. It's going to flip over. 28th it is.
Sorry, 28th will be Greg Giles. So car 44 will be going on the pole position. And he'll have Warmingham behind him, and then alongside him, and then Murray, Cullinan, and Graham will be the top 5. So join us back here for more races, 3 of them tonight here on Apex Racing TV as the BSR MX5 Series continues at Phoenix.
Welcome back to the BSR MX5 Series, Apex Racing TV. Alex Simpson and Andrew Woodhouse here for race number 2 of the night in the MX5s. Looking forward to this one. We've got car 44. Greg Giles on the pole position here. And any other key names at the front that you're going to keep an eye out on, Woody?
You look at Rob Graham. He seems to have had some pace recently, so we'll see how he gets on. Van Gool as well, 8th place.
Pole sitter with some issues at the start, blinking all over the place, but just settles down as he starts to pull away. It's a good start, gets a pretty good jump, and it's more a battle for 2nd and 3rd place as we go into turn 1. Single file for the front 3. Everybody else is starting to fan out behind, though.
Oh, collisions. Lots of them. Pile up. Track is blocked. 5 cars in the middle.
Who's on the
track.
roof? That's Hedgecock on the roof.
Hickling's involved. I think Roberts involved. Cherney, no bonnet. Missing the boot as well. Blake, crabbing appallingly. Barry. All sorts of problems. It's still going on.
Still going off out there.
Cedric Nabelziek has been spun round. I don't even know where it started. I couldn't even tell you.
No, it's still all squashed down, didn't it?
So they were going.
Oh, they're still going at it as well. I don't know who that was in the purple Momo car, but they come steaming in there. That was that was Miley Cyrus like. That was.
I think that's McIntyre, isn't it? I think I found out where it started, Alex. If you want to grab a replay, I think it's Adam Hedgecock and Dan Blake. There was just the tiniest touch there. Those two ended up on the inside wall, and then everything else followed suit, Hickling into the back of it, and then it. Oh, the shit well and truly hit the fan.
Here we go, seeing it. Yeah, you're right. They just got into each other and kind of blocked the track, didn't they? There's concrete barrier there, so just all bounces in, and it's just a case of just bosh. Yeah.
Oh, purple Momo car, I believe, is McIntyre. And you were talking about that coming in like a wrecking ball, of course.
I'm going to see if I can find McIntyre, and we will see as we're still on the replay. I think McIntyre got punted out wide, and I don't think he was too happy about it, so he took some he took a little bit of extra pace going into the tight left-hander. Let's have a look.
I think Van Gool's got to slow down.
Oh, yes, he did. Oh, I caught his teammate as well. Of all the people to absolutely clobber. Oh. He got a lovely line through there afterwards as well. That's what you call using someone as brakes. Have it. Use your teammate.
We're going 3 wide down the main straight nearly. McNally, Van Gool and Vlad Zańczkowski. Trying to go 3 wide. Contact.
Oh.
With what? I don't know. Oh,
I can hear someone spinning, but I can't see it.
Hickling is spun in the middle of the course, I think.
I think that's Cullen and Moot. No, it's Hickling, isn't it? No, Rafe as well with issues.
You know what? It wasn't Hickling at the start then. It was somebody else. Well, don't reverse it, man. This car's going either side of you. You can't. I don't know who it was who was involved at the beginning then. If it wasn't Gareth Hickling. There was a green looking Youth Energy that was involved, I'm sure. I've no idea who it was then.
Hickling retires anyway. Could have been Barry, isn't he? Similar sort of car.
Has he got a green car, is he? It's a red car on my screen, but it might be.
Eddie King, Gareth, Rafe now out. We've had a lot of retirements this time. At the front anyway. Let's just check in.
Cullen is not happy with what's going on there. Jack McIntyre posted on the chat, go steady guys, before the race.
Oh yeah, well, that's
fun and games is that, isn't it?
For the lols. But yeah, Lauren Murray, right, starting to put a bit of pressure on Warmingham, 0.2 of a second apart. They have got Rob Graham still sat behind them as well. So Rob having a good run, like you said he might do.
Murray was quick in race 1 until he had those mysterious issues. So I reckon he'll be up there. I reckon he'll have a chance to take Warmingham, but we'll see.
They've got Evans is what, 1 second behind Rob Graham, so he's going to join this party. But then they've got 4.5 seconds to Taylor Lane, so top 4 should be in a really strong position, I would think. They're just going to fight it out amongst themselves for the
There
podium.
we go.
Murray
Started.
We know how quick Murray is. Oh, look at the difference in lines you can take through there. It's weird, isn't it? It sort of opens up and
then it compromises that second part. But it's kind of single file through some of it. Oh, it's a nice fast left that into the tight hairpin. He's overcooked it, warming him a little bit. Murray's gonna get a good exit. See if he can't get alongside. I reckon he'll be able to get alongside at least on the next oval part. But I think this is breaking him apart, isn't it? Because it's tight hairpin followed by this long section. So the guy in front's always going to be on the power a lot earlier than the guy behind.
Oh, sorry about that. Just having
And look at that. Murray hasn't got anywhere near warming him on that lap. Graham's close though. Evans is there.
It's just gone the other way, isn't it? Look at that, the difference in line again. You just get closer in the middle of the corner and then it just sort of spreads apart again. So
yeah, they've all got different ways of they've all got different ways of doing it, haven't they? And Evans nearly hits Graham. Two Scotsmen there.
But yeah, just settle down for a moment. Let's have a little look further back. There's another good one going on. Joe McDonald tucked up behind Gafenku. And then behind them, it's very, very close. We've got Richard Gore and Max Wright as well.
Gore's already made up over 10 spots. Started in 25th. And, trying to find a way to get inside the top 10, Richard Gore. A couple of seconds to the top 10. By Taylor Lane in a minute.
It's McDonald's that's having to defend on the inside of the oval section.
Hang on, Taylor Lane's dropped down the order, hasn't he? He's dropped down from 10th.
19th now.
To 19th, yeah.
So some issues there that we don't know about. Is that possibly like a connection problem that's caused... Oh, Max Wright just about collects the car up. He was going to do kind of like a carbon copy of what Murray did in the first race, and we've actually missed the change for the lead because... Lorne Murray is there. What's going on with Warmingham? Warmingham is off the track at the moment. See if we can see exactly what happened. Well, that's just the aftermath.
Clear it up. It was a spin for Taylor Lane.
Oh, and it's
Warmingham down.
Spin for Warmingham.
Down in 13th now.
From quite a while ago. I had to jump back quite a way. Oh, they were side by side, and he just carried in too much speed. Got on the grass. He's desperate to try and recover it. Can't. Car starts to snap away, and then he reverse locks and just bosh, just insta snap the other way. As
Craig McLeod Evans has taken the lead, Alex.
We're watching the replays, and it's going to do well. I'll stick with this then because we'll see this overtake in a second. Evans very close to Murray. I think Murray was perhaps a bit surprised, and that's what's all of a sudden let him be a little bit vulnerable. Where's it going to happen? It'll be any second now. So coming out of the tight left onto the oval sections, this is going to be a straightforward slipstream, I think, through the oval into turn 1. And actually, Murray not really defending it, going a little bit high and letting Evans come through. How melodramatic.
It's still close out there, though. Still very close.
Back live. Yeah, Rob Graham perhaps on the absolute verge of dropping the, I was going to say the DRS, but the slipstream.
Don't know what your DRS on this thing. Take the roof off it or something.
Yeah.
Take the roll cage off it or something.
Side by side, then Murray once again
through.
Trying to go through.
Oh, Evans, big commitment over the curbs. He's trying to surprise Murray, I think, again. Nice fast left this. I like this one. then you've got to get it stopped really quickly for this right-hand hairpin. Well, I suppose it's not really a hairpin, but
Oh, back
it does
marker's
act
very
like
slow.
one.
Let's get out of the way.
It's Van Gool. Unusual for him to be back there. Oh, mistake by Murray. Slight mistake. Bit wide. You might just relinquish the lead here.
It has done exactly the same, really, as what we had a lap or so ago. Got a good battle going on further back as well.
Murray's coming back, Alex.
We'll stay with this for the moment, but the two Richard G's going at it. Gafenku and Gore.
Oh. It's close. It's very close up there, very evenly matched.
Oh my word, look at this in around 10th place, Andrew.
Oh.
Told you it was a good battle.
So it's Gore, Gafenku, Wright, McDonald, Broughton, Grant, Warmingham, and Nice. And Whitehead. Oof. Yeah. Well, that could come to a head fairly soon. Murray's got a good run here on Evans. I wonder if he's under how close he can get. Look at him gaining. Look at that slipstream he's getting. Evans trying to break the toe. Murray disappeared for a second. I bet it's so easy to lose control on this turn one, you know. Bumpy. Look at the track surface. It's all cracked and looks like a very old surface. Here comes Murray. Murray's got alongside. He's going to take the lead, Alex. He's going to try anyway. Oh, he's not going to be able to.
That was good from Evans. Just sort of parked his car on the apex just when he needed to.
It was really good.
Rob Graham has got Vlad right behind him as well for 3rd place. So he lost that toe and really slipped back into the clutches of the chasing pack. That was 4 seconds though.
Here we go again. Side by side again. It's going to be just 3 laps to go at the end of this one.
Side by side once again. This is dress rehearsal for, I think, for the final lap.
Oh,
that's the thing. You can sneak it up the inside there, can't you? We've seen this time and time again. That's, you know, you can get considerably alongside. Might not be the fastest line, but it does compromise the other driver, and you've got to be aware of that for the final lap.
That wasn't the best line by Murray. He could have closed in a bit more. Oh, big twitch from Evans. Murray's hit him, he's round. Evans has spun. Been hit by Lon Murray. The quarter panel strikes again. And that's ruined what was a really good fight.
That little twitch really made the difference, didn't it? Just give Murray had a much better drive out of there. Needed to get out of it, really. But yeah. Was the mistake from Evans that let it all happen. So now we sort of focus our attention. Rob Graham, see if he can get back on Vlad. I don't think he's going to. And actually, Vlad not too far behind Murray after all that squabbling. Yeah, Smith indeed. Not too far behind McNally as well. Obviously teammates, so we don't expect them to go at each other too hard.
Oh, I was going to say Robert's very slow, but I think he was a lap down anyway, so standings at the moment then, 2 laps to go. Murray, Sainz-Shkovsky's now 2nd, Graham's 3rd, McNally 4th, Smith in 5th, 6th is Evans, 7th Gafenku, 8th Max Wright, 9th Gore, and 10th McDonald. Very close to 7th as well now.
Yeah, Gafenku, Max Wright, Gore behind them as well. So far, Gafenku's winning this battle between the two Richards. We've got a car in between him as well, just for good measure. Max Wright will try and get that spot back, though, no doubt. Richard Warmingham behind. Obviously, he was leading this race. Dries Nice and him having a good little battle.
3 Richards in 5 places.
Yeah. Warmingham just off screen at the moment. They're getting very, very close down the main straight as well. We're on to the final lap of the race.
Oh, Wright's gone around the outside of Kafenko. Can't keep it though. It's just a tight radius. Too tight a corner in the end to go all the way around. Really good effort.
Guys are 12 seconds behind, so for the lead then! Vlad sends one up the inside, gets the car stopped in time. That's a great move. Murray did not see it coming at all. He's got just the oval section to try and slipstream back past, but it's 0.3 of a second. Can't see how he's going to do it. That would absolute fantastic move.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be close, but yeah. Worthy win just for that move out of nowhere. And I think Murray a little bit annoyed with himself for letting that one slip away. Great move.
Where did he come from in the end?
Yeah, a long way back.
I didn't even see the overtake.
Murray didn't see it either until he was there.
But where did he come from in the race? I feel like we didn't even mention him.
Oh, he was kicking around for a little while in 4th and then hunted down Rob. And when they were battling, he was able just to sort of get himself in there, wasn't he? So Murray and Evans, that he caught right up then.
That was a fantastic overtake.
Mm.
He got it stopped, no contact. He made the corner. Spot on. Can't ask for anything better than that. And race-winning move, you will not see one better pretty much anywhere in the world. Real racing or virtual. Right then.
Just in a little replay of it, sorry Andrew, and then we can bring the results up. I thought we'd show it on board. It was a great move. All right. Didn't get a particularly good run out of the corner as well when he makes the move, but you know, sometimes you just got to go for these.
He judged it beautifully though. It wasn't a high percentage move, but it was a good one.
I'm looking at completely the wrong driver. Don't ask me why. It changed driver halfway through. It's done it again. Stop it! Here we go. Max Wright, we're on board with. There we go. There's the move. Down the inside. Yeah. Clean as a whistle. Can't hear any contact. Good from Murray, actually, because he did see it, even though I say he didn't see it, because he had to give the room, otherwise there would have been contact at the apex.
He didn't expect it, but he did see
it.
He
didn't. No, he didn't.
There you go. Vlad Zanchkovsky then with the win. Just 600ths of a second in the end ahead of Lon Murray, Rob Graham in 3rd, Adam McNally in 5th, Adam McNally in 4th, Anwar Smith in 5th, and Evans 6th, Kafenko 7th, Wright 8th, 9th for Gore, and Dries Nice up 29 places to finish 10th. That's good from him. Warmingham 11th, then McDonald, Stevens, Whitehead, Breezebois, McKerran, Lane, Helgeson, Hefford, and Broughton Grant 20th, and then Mears, Giles. Giles a pole sitter. I'm not sure what happened to him. Verke, Woods, and Ayres. In fact, they're the only ones on the lead lap to only 25. Roberts and Van Gool 1 lap down. So if it is a full, it will be Van Gool. And then retirements. Well, quite a long list, and most of them suffered in the first couple of laps. McIntyre, Sawyer, Cherney, Bartlett, Jones, Cullen, and King, Hickling, Ayres, Blake, Hedgecock, Clark, Nebelshek, and Barry. Lot of carnage on the opening lap, wasn't it? And that's really what was the story of a lot of those guys' races.
Yeah, pretty much. The first few laps really just sort of determined the outcome of that race. It sort of broke the pack apart, didn't it? So the guys really coming through were going to really struggle. And yeah, I think if we have something very similar to that, a similar sort of reverse grid again, it could be it could likely happen again. It's just, I think the nature of that first corner, it's just always going to sort of condense down going in there, and those different lines that you can take is going to cause that kind of kind of situation time and time
It's
again.
inviting, isn't it? It's one of those ones where you think that there's nobody there, and then of course, bang, there it is. You know, because it's very hard to read, especially if you're 2-3 wide. Maybe your spotter doesn't get there in time, doesn't tell you. So yeah, very tough. But it's going to be made a little bit easier for one person at least, Alex, when the reverse grid wheel is spun, and well, you'll be able to tell us who it's going to be very shortly.
The wheel up and give it a spin. There we go. Maybe a little bit smaller, I think, this time. Yeah, it's going to settle down on 22nd.
Greg Giles goes back onto pole. So hashtag blessed for car 44. He's been blessed with 2 pole positions. Let's see if he can make better use of it next time. We've still got 2 more races to go, so stay with us on Apex Racing TV for more BSR MX5 Cup.
chair of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line. once again, photo finish here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMeritt at the line.
And we're back on the grid once more here at Apex Racing TV for the third race of this evening in the MX5s at the BSR series. And it's Phoenix. We've had a bit of a wild second race, very, very good first race. And to be fair, great overtaking maneuver for the second one. So Giles is on pole position again. Can he do a better job this time and try and hold on to that for a little longer? See if he can get himself a top 5 finish this time, Andrew.
Let's see. We will indeed. Red lights are on them. Another 14 laps of Phoenix. Go now as the green light is on. McDonald very slow away in the middle of the pack. You see there, been absolutely swamped by a few drivers, but it's Giles leading. Mayers in second, then it's Broughton Grant. Broughton Grant having a look up the inside, but it's Hefford trying to go around the outside of a couple of drivers, but not making it. And it's Helgeson with Lane. Brisebois McCarran is there as well. Oh, Kevin Woods is around facing the wrong way.
Yeah, Taylor Lane issues as well. Further back, he's just recovering.
Taylor Lane was in 6th place just a few seconds ago. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, it's contact with Hefford. Oh, both going for the same piece of road. Single line really through that corner. I would like to apportion blame on that one. The stewards will have to deal with that.
Just looking at David Howell, and I think this is Hefford. It's extremely close. McCarran's there as well.
Isn't that Mr. Helgeson?
I believe it is, yes.
What he's up to, really. But, oh, he's spinning, that's what he's doing. Well, that'll serve you right for the name change, won't it? Oh, and he's got somebody got pitched into him in front of him. McNally's been hit as well.
We did well. That could have been a lot worse than it was, actually. There, we'll give it another almighty one.
He was just coming round after the spin, and then he gets another car in his face. Dries Nice, I think it was, that got turned round in front of Helgeson. Oh, Lord Helgeson. Oh, Mears smashes into Hefford. Absolutely smashes him in the middle of the corner. I think he's just broken... He might have just broken the suspension. I'm not sure. But he did not get a good run off the corner. Broughton Grant Seb and that's Brisebois in behind, Maxime Detilly Brisebois. The Canadian.
Just, oh, it's so close there. Everyone going for that tighter line. Oh!
And Hefford around.
And just in front, they spin in front of Smith
Hefford, Whitehead,
and
sorry.
a few others as well. Everyone was just pinching each other in there, and it was just inevitable that was going to happen. We're 3 wide as well, but further back. It's very, very close. Just waiting for that to unfold through there, and you could just watch, you could just see it and know that something was going to happen. 3 wide further back as well. I think that's still Smith, McIntyre, Rob Graham's just ahead of them. Peter Van Gool there.
Slow down for Brisebois.
Oh dear. Well, someone.
What?
Someone.
The crash.
Someone came in again into that same tight left-hander onto the back straight, just too hard, and into the back of that sort of big group, and caused couple of other sort of ricochets as well.
So I think the culprit. You know what? It's McIntyre again.
It is McIntyre again.
Is that the same corner?
Yeah, it was. He wasn't happy with his Miley Cyrus impression last time. He's gone and done a bit of a Lindsay Lohan on us. Must be drink driving, Ella.
The train wreck continues. I think he's going to go for Lindsay Lohan. I don't know what's next after Lindsay Lohan. It'll be pretty severe. Anyway, whatever it is. Oh, my... Verke in the wall. Engine blown. Race run for the Belgian. Oh, just a spin. Just a spin at the fastest part of the course, actually. One of the fastest parts of the infield section. That's a big hit. Still trying to get it back to the pits. No fast repair, though. Be a bit futile for Roy. Oh, look at that. That was... and there's a problem. Big problem, I think, for Evans. And Verke's been hit again. Roy, you might as well park that, mate. That is going no further, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Evans,
wow, yeah.
Craig Evans is out. He looks like as well. I don't know how he's out. Disqualified, I think. Disqualified.
Jeez.
Already. Only had 5 laps. Hey, me. It's like me in the LMP1s last night. Was that many incidents?
And Roy just couldn't get the car
Max Wright,
turned.
he's going to almost get quarter panelled by Bartlett. Oh, they've hit each other as well. Oh, and chaos is brewing in the midfield, Alex. Smith has been hit.
It is completely and utterly, isn't there, now? If people are really just coming in and...
What these guys are doing, really, here. Oh, and it was Whitehead into Cedric Nebelsiek, and he hits Smith. Just poor driving, Alex. Really poor driving the last few laps by a lot of the drivers out there, really. I can't sugarcoat that, really, in the condition I'm in. I'm not in the mood for being nice. That's not good driving at all. And some of these are tiny mistakes, but it's a big grid, isn't it? You make these mistakes, and they were so careful in race 1, lap 1, trying to give each other the space. No space given. And it's that old thing again, you know, you cannot win the race in the first few laps, but you can lose it. And a lot of them have lost it, let's face it, literally and figuratively. Now it's Whitehead.
We've seen a lot of series where, just watching that, where, you know, they just try not to hit each other, but it just, to me...
Disqualified.
Another disqualification, so Anwar Smith out. So... It's just like they know they've got their incident count and they're willing to use it just to sort of like push their way.
I mean, it's fine if they're tiny little. We saw a really good one by John Roberts, didn't we, in the first race?
Perfect.
Where he went to the inside, rubbed some door handles with Cullinan, and you know, survived it, and both drivers survived it, and I doubt anybody complained about that.
Yeah, that was a great move.
But there's a bit too much force used in some of these moves. Teddy Clark's going around the outside. It was Teddy Clark, Alex, I think, in race 2, maybe, who got spun around. I think he was the one in the same game as Hickley.
Cedric has gone.
Oh.
Just remind me, how many incidents do they get?
20.
Oh, Richard Gore's gone as well. He's into the pits.
20. Which
Richard was fighting for right at the front.
Is that disqualified?
About to find out. Just watching the replay.
Is it just has he binned it?
No.
He's rolled it. Oh, he's caught. Oh, Brisebois that was. And Gore, well, he felt the breeze blocks on the inside.
Yeah, he did.
Rolls over. And that was, I remember there was an ice hockey player a few years ago, Patrice Brisebois. He played for Montreal and Colorado. Well, cross-checked him into the boards on that occasion.
Does he need to be given room there? Has he got enough of his car alongside?
It's tough, that, mate. I think
I'm not sure.
I don't want to blame anybody on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. Stay out of that one. Admin,
S-bar's going.
Good luck with that.
S-bar's going wrong as well. Typical after a few crashes and people leaving the server, the server's going mental. Really need to sort this problem out.
So Adam Broughton Grant in second, tucked up behind Steve Hefford. That's going to be a pretty good battle, I think, towards the end. Hefford gets
It will
really
be if
slow.
I can see it.
Oh, Hefford gets a real slow line out, and Grant's going to just breeze straight past. But they're 5.1 seconds clear on Benjamin Mias. So Mias, you've got no chance of really catching these guys, but could hold on from Richard Warmingham for a podium. Side by side then for the lead as they head down and towards turn one. Hefford sliding the car through the tighter apex. Yellow wheels on, and you can just see the very difference in line. It looks like Hefford's got a much better line through the middle of the corner, but then on the exit, Broughton Grant just catches up. He's got so much more momentum. And actually, I feel like that slightly wider line is the quickest overall. But of course, if there's a car and they're sitting there on the apex, there's nothing you can do about it. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go at it.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to be much use for the rest of the race if this doesn't calm down.
No, no, it's crazy. So
I can see it. I did hear about the start of the 12 hours of Sebring. That was a bit of a train wreck. That all went a bit Lindsay Lohan, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I don't know why, because Adam had the same thing last night as well. All of a sudden, just the S-bars just started going absolutely nuts out of nowhere. So definitely, the server side's just not quite as...
Do you remember one bit, sorry to have this conversation on the broadcast, but it is relevant since, we have seen it very publicly the last few days. Do you remember I used to have S-bar issues like very often? And then there was, 3 or 4 months when there was absolutely none.
Yeah.
And now they're back again, nearly every race.
Yeah, it's a strange one.
I wonder if it's to do with the different builds and things, or there's just some kind of bug in there, because, like I said, the last build that I had on iRacing, no issues at all. I'm only running, I'll tell you how many cars I'm running, just for the viewers at home. I'm only running 26 visible cars.
Yep.
I'll try and change it down to 20 and see if it does anything. Yeah, 20 seems to be okay, so I'll get it down to 20 and we should be back on track. But it's crazy, isn't it? I've got a PC capable of running 60 cars on iRacing. and it's running... And I can only see 20 of them. Come on, guys.
Oh, Roberts, it's a little mistake. I had to do the same for the European Majors Series as well. First round at Daytona. I had to knock it down from 60.
You were racing in that, though.
I was racing, yeah.
I've got no issues with the racing part.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cars. It's just the spectating part. And speaking to other broadcasters and things like that, I think they seem to have the same thing. So it's just a heads up. It's not it is a criticism. Of course, it's a criticism, but it's it's more just so that, like, the reason why I say it on the stream publicly is, if anybody can, make some suggestions, or if they can help, because I know that you know that your computer is fine. You know that Adam's is definitely fine. Mine has run 50 odd cars in the BSR TC with no problems before. So
they do. They have obviously thrown a load more data at us, haven't they, in this new build? Because I'm on board now, and I don't know if you can all see that the Motec dash and all the dials are now working on Adam Broughton Grant's car. We did want that, but not at the expense of the S-bar going nuts, I suppose.
Do we think that's got something to do with it?
Well, it's just more data that the server has to send to us,
There we go. For the lead then, Hefford up the inside, fairly deep into the corner, and turn one, and he holds it. Yeah, good stuff. Even with a bit of damage as well, Alex Hefford doing extremely well. Broughton Grant, absolutely no slouch in this car as well. If he can hold this, it through this fast left, he might be able to. Let's say he might be able to sneak up the inside into the right, but set him up for the oval section. Maybe try and get an immediate response.
Yeah, I think so. Need to do that.
Oh, we might be able to do it a bit earlier. This is where Zayan Chkovsky made his move, isn't it? Into the left-hander. Flad, by the way, is having quite a boring race, really, by his standards. Is only 3 positions gained in 19th place, and not a boring race, but in terms of positions gained, not really making any progress, our race 2 winner. Now Hefford's all over the apron and the pit lane entry, trying to stave off Broughton Grant. But as we know, Alex, from many NASCAR races around here, trucks and Class B, there's just no grip when you get down on that, below that white line, and we saw that from Broughton Grant there.
Yeah,
Hefford there, sorry.
Yeah, it's good. I think. I mean, Heffer's doing what he needs to do to defend, and I think Adam's gonna have to change it up, mix it up a bit, because Hefford seems like he's even the damaged car, he's just got his defense sort of down nicely, and yeah, Hefford's using all the track and that he needs to, you know.
I feel like this would be an okay track to defend on, though. A bit like Lime Rock Park with the V8s that we were on about at the weekend, weren't we? Similar to that. But that's why I love these track selections, you know, because the guys really have to work for their overtakes. You know, they're not automatic like they are at some tracks. Like if we were at Daytona road course, I mean, you know, I'm just going to come out and say it's boring.
Yeah, you're right.
When it's like that, because you know exactly what's going to happen. They wait for the final lap, they size up the move at the tri-oval, and that's it.
Yep. Joe McDonald and
that's a good move.
Benjamin Mears.
That is, it's
around
good
the outside.
Defensive work by McDonald in this corner. Nicely done.
We'll get a better run out of there from Mears as well, and actually Mears under pressure now from behind.
But yeah, the guys have been absolutely fantastic with the track selection. I think ever since we went to, was it Silverstone South?
Yeah, that weird one.
It was good.
That was a good
fun to drive though, that one. But ever since we went there, everything's been great since. And here comes on the final lap then, Alex, Hefford coming around the final corner.
Yep, good drive from Hefford. Had to hold on to this. I don't think he was pushed that hard from behind, but still, couple opportunities that he had to defend, and he did it well.
Yeah, Steve Hefford takes the checkered flag. Good performance by him. McIntyre actually, despite absolutely slamming into a whole pack of cars, maybe that's the strategy. Got them all out of the way, finished third.
That's it.
Not too shabby indeed. For Jack McIntyre, former series champion, of course. Gareth Hickling comes across in 10th. Such was the dominance of Hefford and Broughton Grant that 10th place was 25 seconds behind. Very, very close.
It's quite close, around 19th at the end, and just having a look as the rest of them are coming across.
Very close battles, doesn't it? Jack McIntyre says, and I do have the quotes from the horse's mouth on the chat, he said, some shocking moves on my part in that race. Sorry to all involved. He says he has a new brake pedal, so he's still getting used to the pressure he has to apply. So, I mean, it is a legitimate thing, obviously, isn't it? You get a new load cell, or you get a new spring, or whatever the thing is in the middle. I don't know. I'm not that technical with brake pedals. I've just got the old G29 pedals, but
push it hard.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing now, do it a little bit more. You'll be alright.
Yeah, harder or less hard. We can't tell. But no, he's a legitimate. But he got up to third with it, though. He smashed everyone out of the way, but third. It might not stand, though. That's one thing I will say, is that there might be. Stewards might want to have a look at some of it. The stewards are going to have a. To be honest, they're going to take a week just to review the penalties for this one round, I think. But yeah, let's have a look at the finishing order then. Hefford with the win, good impressive performance. He needed that. He didn't have a good meeting until then. Broughton Grant second, McIntyre third, Warmingham in fourth, McDonald fifth, then Mears in sixth, Breesbar in seventh, Bartlett eighth, Max Wright ninth, Gareth Hickling in 10th, then McNally, Blake, Helgeson, Roberts, Lane, Cullinan, Cherney, Zion Skowski, Gafenku and Hedgecock. That's the top 20. Adam Hedgecock actually up 18 places. Daniel Bartlett up 23, you can see there as well. Peter Van Gool 24th, Michael Barry 25th, Luke Clark 26th, Craig Jones 27th, AD King 28th, Kevin Woods one lap down in 29th. So if it's a full it will be him. It goes on to pole. Teddy Clark Jamie Ayres then retired, as did Teddy Clark, Richard Gore, Rob Graham, Cedric Nobelsiek, Anwar Smith, Roy Viverka, Craig McLeod Evans, Nick McCarron, Lon Murray, Greg Giles, Drees Nice, and Chris Sawyer. It will not be Greg Giles on pole this time, Alec.
he can hope, can't he? But he's not going to get
it. He can't. All hope is lost. Gone, I'm afraid.
Right, here we go then. Final time. Oh, where's the wheel gone? There it is. Let's give it a spin. Of course, only 3 races for the BSR touring cars coming up in a couple of weeks' time, or a week's time. Oh, it's going to be a 4, I think. It's not going to tick over to 28. No, it's not. 4 it is.
So it will be Kevin Woods who goes on to pole. So the first 2 rounds, it was car 44 on pole. It's car 43. So, yeah, it's interesting to see that. Will it be is there a car 42 in this race? No, it's John Roberts, so you never know. It might be. He might get a chance to win the race. You never know. But Kevin Woods will be on pole with Eddie King alongside him, then Craig Jones, Luke Clark, and Michael Barry. There's 1 race to go here at Phoenix, and we'll be bringing you that after the break, so stay with us here.
here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMeritt at the line. Speedway. Would it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
Welcome back to the final race of the evening here at Phoenix International Raceway.
There we go.
We are, we're lined up for the final race. It's going to be a good one. And revs are building here. Always the elbows come a little bit out. Let's see what this one is going to bring us, because it's been pretty tasty already tonight, I have to say. And a good start from everybody. I jumped straight to the back of the field because, well, that seems to be where everything kicks off so far. And we've got a couple of cars out of shape. Some people ricocheting into others as well. And the leaders around.
No, here we go. Oh, it's kicking off at the back. Roberts is around. There's 2 or 3 cars spun.
Oh, that could have been a lot worse than it was. A lot worse.
There's still 3 wide going into that really fast left.
A few cars with slowdowns as well. Got knocked off the circuit.
More contact, I can hear it. I think it's just minor.
It's a lot of slowdowns that's really causing our problems.
Stevens wide. Oh, Vlad, really slow. Cherney's had a nightmare as well. He's involved.
He's had a meeting that's just still want to forget forever, I think.
Awful meeting. Oh, Hefford, good move there. It just caught Gore napping. So I'm watching about 13th, 15th place, something like that. And it's quite mental in there.
Great shot. It's like, oh, someone's, oh, more people around in that first
That's
corner.
3 cars crashed. I think AD King is. Oh, Roberts is on his roof, is he?
80. Where's Roberts? Oh, he is just abandoned. Nothing he can do. Just hoping and praying someone's going to crash into him and flip him over.
I mean, he's got half a chance, hasn't he, in this field? Oh, who's round Momo racing? Or at least, I think it was Ayres. Was it Jamie Ayres that's around? Who was it? No, it wasn't Jamie Ayres. Who was it then? I've no idea. There was a Momo car facing the wrong way. No idea who it was. Might be McCarran, actually.
Yeah, McCarran's at the back.
Oh, he got turned. He got hit by Whitehead.
Oh, it's close up front. Kevin Woods, Daniel Bartlett, Rafe Cullinan, all in there. This is going to be tasty as they go in towards the first corner. Oh, and a little nudge from behind.
Kevin Woods is cleared off, mate. He's 5 seconds clear.
Oh, so he is. Sorry. So that was well, that was changed now.
McNally and Bartlett and McIntyre. What?
Oh, Roberts is still upside down.
Oh dear. McIntyre and his dodgy brakes.
Like, someone help!
Yeah, like a turtle, isn't he? He can't get back over. It's a bit of self-righting mechanism to the Mazda. It hasn't worked, I'm afraid, that time for him. Jamie Ayres on Warmingham. Oh, far too hot. Oh, he nearly hit Broughton Grant. Oh dear. Good Lord, what is happening out there? Well, Kevin Woods, by the way.
Yeah, we need to bring him up.
Like, well, I'm chilling.
He's just gone. Absolutely checked out. I thought he was in that pack at the front. We're only on lap 4. How is he that far ahead? It was ridiculous.
Happy, isn't he? There, that's about the best. Leads down to 4.9. So McNally took 7/10 out of it. Still going to take some doing though. 5 seconds.
Yep.
Cullinan's in bother. They're now 3 right wide as they pass the upturned Roberts again.
Keep it there, Rob. John, Ian. I want to see that. Oh, shake the, steer the steering wheel and everything when we come around.
I think that's Broughton Grant involved with. Oh, and that's Helgeson and Warmingham getting together. Oh man, they're having to swerve. Oh, and again.
Oh dear.
Bit of afters. Don't know if that was intentional afters or not.
I'm not sure it was actually. I just think both cars had, the damage. Richard certainly did.
So I mean, I think it was just coming back on, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Just finished them off.
Yeah. Oh dear me.
So Rafe, so close to the wall as he sweeps through turn 1. And Gareth Hicklin really not giving any opportunity for Rafe to just tuck his nose up the inside. Oh, behind. Who was that? That was Ayres, wasn't it?
Ayres, sideways, yeah.
Completely sideways. Full reverse lock as well. Did well to catch that because we already seen today that when you get that set out of shape, it's very easy to get it where it snaps back the other way. But Ayres
looks like a fairly low grip surface, this, mate, and that's why I think we're seeing what we're seeing today. In terms of the high speed, drivers losing the car at high speed.
Yep.
Vlad and Stevens side by side.
Chip told me he was going to crash out of this one. It's not happened yet.
He's still going. In fact, he's up there quite decently. He's off 15th place. The lead's down to 3.8. But McNally's now been joined by McIntyre.
Yeah, 1.1 seconds that was as well. But you're right, if they start battling each other, it's going to slow them down just a little bit. But 1.1 is a phenomenal amount of time to be catching up. That'll soon come down.
Kevin will be hoping that McNally throws one up the inside. Oh, he might just do that, you know. He's going to have a chance.
The boosted, I have to say, the boosted car looks even better upside down. Great paint job, whoever's done.
I mean, it does spend a lot of time there.
Even more so today.
As do they all.
Oh, this is
It's the thing, when are iRacing going to let us paint the bottom of our car, you know?
Yeah.
Just in case. PTO I'd put on the bottom of mine. That's what Roberts needs. Oh, Hedgecock has crashed into... And that's Daniel Bartlett. Oh, he's taken out Richard Gore. Oh, and I think that's Bartlett coming down. Looked like Hedgecock was down on the yellow line. Oh, he was down nearly as far as he could go. Looks like Bartlett came across slightly. And, oh yeah, Richard Gore, absolutely total. Oh, and another car as well. Richard Gafenko.
Those two have been on the circuit pretty much side by side for quite some time. Yeah, just slipped up. Bosh.
McIntyre is there.
Did not take long, and it was 1.2 seconds this lap as well. So
Plus
Woods, he disappeared, didn't he? But just not enough. Hasn't quite got the pace.
He's still pretty much guaranteed a podium though. If he keeps it going.
I think McNally will keep with McIntyre as well. So if he can sort of use the draft to at least keep up with these two, as he lets them both go through, probably sensible thinking from Wood's part.
As long as he keeps with them.
Yeah, but if they battle, then he could well get could still get the race win.
Well,
but,
yeah, I mean, you know, he's been very good though. He's not showing the fastest lap times out there. McIntyre, just as an example, his fastest lap of the race 104.9. That's one of the quickest laps we've seen all day. And Kevin Woods, his fastest lap 106.8, but he's been very consistent. 7.3, 6.8, 7.4, 7.1, 6.9 and 7.0. So he's driving very much to his pace.
I'd say he's lost the draft already, so that isn't going to happen.
Lap.
Yeah. But he is lapping still strong enough to stay ahead of Taylor Lane.
Well, Mears and Lane, yeah. So Lane 106.1, Mears 106.9. So yeah, they might be able to. He might be able to stay there, but he's already dropped 2 seconds to these two, just on this lap.
Yeah, I mean, lost a lot of time obviously in the first corner, didn't he? Just letting them both go through.
I wouldn't have bothered letting them through, to be honest. Because I mean, if they're quick enough that they're going to get past you anyway. Maybe make them fight for it, you know, because what happened was letting them through, unless you judge that perfectly, you're not going to be right on the tail of the guy in front, are you? And that's what happened to him. If he was on the tail of them, then he would still have the draft.
That's it.
So I think naturally getting overtaken by them might have been maybe a tiny bit. It's tough to say though, because what can you do? If you don't let them through, you think you should have done, then you lose time anyway. I don't know.
7.1 seconds to 4, so that gap's not coming down anywhere near as quick.
I feel like it's one of those situations, mate, where there really isn't a right hand about what you do.
Yeah, no. Because I think you would have lost those 2 places anyway. They were much quicker. So, you know, perhaps sensible thinking, trying to consolidate this podium.
He's lost 1.3 this time, but he's still 6 seconds ahead of Taylor Lane, 7 seconds ahead of Taylor Lane. So
I think he should be all right. There's only 5 laps to go.
Yeah, he's still going very well from the pole. He's been our best pole sitter since race 1 and McIntyre. Might turn into a good meeting for McIntyre, you know.
Yeah, a couple of wins. And he had a third as well, didn't he? So
yeah, even though he said he might be in a bit of bother for that, for some of the driving there. I don't know though.
Just goes to show, doesn't it? Bit of drink driving. Lindsay Lohan and Miley Cyrus impressions. Does he well?
Adam McNally.
He's going to come out with top point scorer of the evening.
McNally might get this one yet though. thing. He's not showing any sign of dropping off.
Verke, slow out there. What's going on with Roy? He's recovering back to the circuit. It's got suspension damage. It's been a meeting to forget for Roy, especially the last couple of races. Did he already have damage at this point? I don't think he did. So he's going to hit something, I think, and make it worse.
I can't tell what it is, mate. You might have to fill me in on that.
Oh, a Momo car. I think it was Vlad. There was a separate incident.
Was he stationary or something? Was he?
Yeah, well, it just got collected in something. That's all it was. So Verke, yeah, innocent victim, gutted for him.
We should just leave Robert's car there as like a monument to failure, shouldn't we? Like a statue, you know. It should be etched in gold. Just left there. Now, McIntyre and McNally again. This time he's closer, Adam McNally. Saving it for the last lap. Is he going to go earlier? Oh. Tell you what, that first corner, which I haven't really noticed fully, that wall really sticks out at a bit of a jaunty angle, doesn't it? Do you not want to get too close to that?
Yeah, that's literally what I was talking about the other day. It was so close. Not the other day, the other race, I think it was.
It faces outwards, doesn't it? Like it's almost a right angle onto the track. So
yeah, I can't remember who it was on the last race who got really close to it, but they were super close, and I was like, "Jeez!"
If you hit that, you'll get spat out completely towards the other side.
Yeah, big time. Very close. McNally. Borton Grant and Mias also very close, a bit further back.
Oh yeah. Ben's trying to hang on. Adam's trying to go through now on the inside. Inside of the oval section for Borton Grant. Mayers is trying his best to hang with it, but not going to. Oh, you see what I mean, though? There,
coming on, yeah, exactly as you're describing it. You get that a little bit low, doesn't it? Car just gets a twitchy as it rejoins the oval.
But if you've ever driven, which I'm sure you have, trucks through there. Oh, he's very sideways, Broughton Grant. He's nearly thrown away all his good work.
Oh, the tyres.
He's scared.
Tyres are cooked, and Mias.
He scared him off the track, didn't he? Almost.
Yeah, he did. He did literally.
Still. Mias thought he was going to get wiped out. You know what? He's just spun it. That's got nothing to do with the Broughton Grant spin, you know, I think. He got on the inside, he hit the cone, and he just got high-centred, I think, on the curb. I think he's legitimately been that. Not reacting to the other spin.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Oh. Craig Evans is up 31 places.
Nice.
And Alan McCain as well. I don't know if we've even seen him tonight. I don't even think he's been out there.
This is the first time I've seen him. Yeah, 31 as well.
He's getting 31 spots as well. Up to P10. Oh, it's very close for the lead now. Look, they've got traffic as well. Final lap. Got bank markers. Oh, here we go. Oh, God.
It's not what you want, is it? Just at the wrong time there.
And McIntyre's losing the rear. And McNally's on the inside.
Good move. Saw the opportunity. It's not over with yet, look.
You got to turn left.
That's it.
He's going to have to cut him back, Alex McNally. McIntyre desperately trying to hang on. Keep it out of the wall, Jack.
Oh, this is going to be an absolute drag race. No slipstream involved here.
This is going to be close. How brave does McIntyre want to get? McNally's alongside.
Shorter line for McNally, isn't it?
More momentum for McIntyre. Oh, it's going to be super close, Alex. Ooh.
Oh.
It's McNally. Adam McNally pulled it out of the fire there at the very end. And you've got to say that the lap traffic was the key.
It was hugely important. I think McIntyre had it covered until that. Still some other battles going on. Nothing too close. This one's quite close, though. David Ayres and Dan Blake. Blake's got some damage, so that's going to hurt him in the final corner. That run Very tight line for Blake. He gets down early though to try and cover the inside. He wants that tight line. Is that damaged car going to be able to hold on? I don't think it is. Nope. Around the outside goes Ayres. Got by far enough momentum to swoop back down as well. Good final race actually of the night, Andrew. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, sorry about that. Struggling here a bit, but great race. Enjoyed that a lot, and that damaged car there for Dan Blake just too much to try and compete with. But yeah, brilliant race. McNally taking the win and ahead of McIntyre. Kevin Woods did hang on for his podium. Very well driven from him. Pole sitter, of course. Craig Evans, 4th place. Taylor Lane, 5th. Jamie Ayres, 6th. Adam Broughton Grant in 7th. Alan McCain up 33 places to 8th. Cedric Nebelsiek in 9th. The Diatz driver, and then it's Lon Murray, Benjamin Mace ahead of Gareth Hickling. Then it's Kip Stevens, Greg Giles, Nick McCarron, Helgeson, Whitehead, Cullinan, Ververke, then Brisebois in 20th, Ayres, Blake, Wright, then a lap down with King, Barry, and Hedgecock. And the retirements, quite a big list: Zajakovsky, Clark, Hefford, Bartlett, Gafenku, Cherney, Gore, Sawyer, Warmingham, Jones, Smith. Somebody's pushed John Roberts, by the way, Alex. Van Gogh, Graham, Roberts, Teddy Clark was the first man out, but yeah, Roberts was on his roof, and Dan Blake's trying to help him get back to the finish, get back to the pits / the finish line, whichever one that is. I don't know if you can see that.
I can't, sadly.
He can barely turn left, actually, on this one. Oh, he's in the... Oh, he's over again. He's over again. Oh, dear. Yeah. That's worth a look. I don't know if you...
Yeah, we're just bringing it up now.
That is worth a look, I think. He's trying... He can't turn right at all. Left at all, sorry.
All we can see is big plume of smoke, unfortunately.
Trying to go back to his natural habitat, which is on his roof there. For Roberts on his roll cage.
There goes the engine completely and utterly. It's the smoke clear as we can see now.
But yeah, that's about the story of that race. But it was a good one, and yeah, I've enjoyed that meeting. Really, I thought it was good.
Yeah, a bit of everything really. I think tonight, you know, some good racing, some not so good racing, some great moves for you know, to get the wins as well. A couple of races ended like that. You know, Vlad's move was fantastic, and actually McNally timed the back mark. You know, worked that back marker really well to get that. So yeah, all in all, I think you know, there's obviously some chat going on Facebook group and on the YouTube video already about that. But you know, just like thinking everyone's always said, you know, just give it a week or so. Let's calm down. Let's get to know how you need to race these series with the reverse grids. Remember, it's not a conventional race, guys. You are racing against people who are potentially a lot faster or a lot slower than you. You know, so you have to be aware of that. You know, this is why we always see race one very clean, because it's just traditional. You're always used to racing around the people in and around your ability, but that doesn't happen with the reverse grids.
You know, really... start of a new season, it's always the time, isn't it? If you're going to have bad incidents and things like that, they're going to come now when it's new to everybody. But you know what? It's just time to move on and get going and try to move on to the next race, which we will indeed next week. So we'll be back. When are we back next? In fact, I'm not entirely sure. I believe that's next week now, isn't it?
It might be. Have a very quick look, see if I get the calendar up quickly. It might be the weekend, but I'm just waiting. Come on, Google, load up. We have got we've got the Euro V8 actually on Saturday. And Sunday, we've got the start of the BSR Sunday series as well, haven't we? The IMSA.
Now IMSA, is it?
Yeah, the IMSA thing that they're doing.
We're not doing V8s this week, mate. That's next week.
Okay, I've got a booking for it.
Oh, their website says. Oh well, never mind. Their website says the week after. But,
Okay, so maybe
but
Clive booked the wrong date. So
who knows? Who knows?
Really, either or. Oh yeah. Well, oh weird. Okay. Well, I will take the Saturday off and enjoy it. That's what I'll do.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. Alex, thanks for covering me for the fair share. Anyway, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Not the easiest commentary I've ever done, but have a good night. And yeah, well, everybody, thank you for watching, and we'll see you back here on the channel next time here on Apex Racing TV. Oh, I must say though, I have to point out very quickly before we go, we have hit 5,000 subscribers now, haven't we?
We have, yeah. Nice.
We need to do something for 5,000 subscribers, you know?
Oof.
We need to do something. I don't know what it could be, but I think we need to do something, because it doesn't seem like a great deal, but you know, it's been a long time coming, and we've been on 4,000 for quite some time.
Yeah.
So I think we can figure something out to do, I reckon. So, but yeah, thank you to everybody, and please continue. Please, if you haven't subscribed already, please do that. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and of course, keep an eye out. Press the little bell icon next to the subscribe button on YouTube, where you can get our notifications when the videos come out. Okay. So, from myself, Andrew Woodhouse, from Alex Simpson, this has been Apex Racing TV. We'll see you all in the next one.